This man thinks that if we poop, we're weak. Yep, today we're going to look at this video. This alpha male TikToker is afraid to poop. I don't know nothing about this video. I don't know who is this guy, but you know what? Let's just go straight to it.
Scenario in any way, shape, or form that your woman should be driving you around. Don't tell me that you're drunk.
I don't understand nothing.
When I ask you what makes a strong man, what's the
Nothing at
first
all.
thing that comes to your mind? I'll give you a second, really think about it. Okay, your time's up. Don't worry, I don't need to actually hear your answer because I know it's wrong. Because I know, in my heart, that the true measure of a man is whether or not he gets all of his life advice and rules on being a man in the modern world from a guy on TikTok. If some other dude isn't telling you what to do 24/7, are you really a man? Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to announce with like 92% certainty that the existence of internet alpha males is funny again. Now I say this because these dorks have been around forever, but for the longest time it was just channels like Alpha M who, while I don't think they were trying to do anything harmful, they were just constantly giving out the worst, most dude bro advice possible, and it didn't take long for 99% of the population to not take anything that they said seriously. So it became like an inside joke and it was just funny. But then, through a series of events, we found ourselves in like the Andrew Tate manosphere era, where suddenly these dudes were now saying things that were like 10 times more stupid and 10 times more dangerous, which again would probably not have been that big of a deal if nobody was taking them seriously still, but the kicker was that people were now taking them 10 times more seriously.
No
So we
way.
just ended up with like 2 years of the most batshit backwards misogynistic people being like the top influencers of the world. But then, you know, those 2 years passed. The 14-year-olds who made up their audience got a little bit more frontal lobe development.
You know what, my bad. Just because the camera, I think it's taking much. So, here we go.
And realized, oh, this is kind of stupid. They all seem to lose their following overnight, and now Andrew Tate's out there like fucking taking fights with TikTokers and getting his shit rocked because, I don't know, he's probably broke. Anyways, the moral of the story is that I feel like the existence of these losers is funny again, because now when we have a TikTok alpha male saying stuff like, if you take a shit in public, you're a vulnerable beta, you don't have to worry about millions of people taking it seriously. Yeah, so allow me to introduce you to a TikToker named Rafa Conde, who makes videos that like 3 or 4 years ago probably would have made him enough money to buy a fleet of Bugattis, but these days just makes him look silly. So I've gathered a collection of his TikToks today, and we're gonna start with the one that introduced me to this man, which will hopefully, at least for your sake, change your opinion on pooping.
Let's see him,
Weak
gang.
men run to the bathroom every 15, 20 minutes. They get a little nervous. They got to go take a crap. They got to go take a piss. And when you walk into a public restroom and you see a guy taking a crap, you know, that's embarrassing. I got to tell you, this is the most vulnerable position a man
But what if I just ate Mexican food or my stomach is hurting, man? Like, I can't just predictable. What if I actually ate spicy food? I have to take a crap. Like, it's something normal for men to do, bro.
is ever going to be in. Taking a crap. Anyone can open the door, stab you in the neck with a knife. Think about it.
What the fuck? Okay, when on earth will this like actually happen? Stack me on the neck, behind my neck, I mean. But when I'm taking a crap, I'm sitting there and the door is right in front of me, man. The door isn't behind me or in front of me. And calm down, I'm gonna lock my doors, bro. Trust me, it's not that deep.
That for a moment.
Alright, so like I said, this is the video that introduced me to Rafa. Apologies for the shitty quality. This is the only version of the video I could find. I guess he deleted the original because he realized this is just too good of advice to be giving out for free. But personally, I have some issues with this claim for a lot of reasons. First off, if you're out taking a shit in public and you're thinking about somebody breaking down the door and stabbing you in the neck, I think you've got some shit you need to work out in your free time. That's not a normal thought to have. Also, counter argument, I disagree that this is the most vulnerable position a man can be in. I can think of many far more vulnerable positions. At least sitting on a toilet, you've got your eyes in front of you. I'd imagine something like face down, ass up is far more vulnerable. Also, the idea that needing to piss makes you a weak man. Yeah, these guys need serious help.
You're a weak man if you let your woman drive you around. There is no scenario in any way, shape, or form where if you are a capable man, a man with the ability to drive, that your woman should be driving you around.
My leg's broken. My hands destroyed. I can think of many ways why I should let a woman drive, bro. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm drunk. Yeah, come on, man. Like, give me something else, bro.
Don't tell me you're tired. Don't tell me that you're drunk.
You heard it here first, folks. Rafa told you how it is. You might as well just be a woman if you don't want to drive home drunk and kill your family or another family on the road. Are you really even a leader or a protector if you don't tell your stupid wife to...
Isn't that technically illegal though? Driving drunk or drinking and driving, like, come on, man. So you're basically saying if you're drunk, drive, that makes you a man. So in other words, he's saying that get a DUI and you're a man. You know what I mean?
give you the keys so you can go drive off a bridge. I mean, seriously, can these guys just not hear themselves? Saying that men need to be protectors and leaders of their family, while at the same time telling them that being drunk is not an excuse to not want to drive your family around, might be the dumbest shit I've ever heard a human being say.
You have to consult with your wife about simple things in life. There's a big problem. If you have to consult your wife about certain business decisions, about certain things that you're going to do to better yourself, there's also a problem there. Your wife should be supporting you to become the best version of yourself, to be the best leader possible. And if she does not back that, there is a freaking problem.
I swear to God, all these fucking losers are just chasing the high of being picked as like the kickball team captain in 3rd grade. They're always talking about being leaders, being this, being that. Dude, you have a fucking podcast and a TikTok channel. Like, what are you talking about? What are you leading? Telling men that if they talk to their wife about anything that they're weak losers and they're bad leaders? Hey, honey, I'm gonna buy a new house, and if you say no, we're getting a divorce. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
I'm usually in the front of the plane. I'm usually in the first row. I get in first and I get the hell out first. I'm in and out. I'm moving, right? Number one reason, I get to see everybody walk in and I get to evaluate who's who and what's what. Number two, I get to be quick to that.
I get on a plane. First thing I do, AirPods in. I don't do what's on it, whatever he is saying. Second thing I do, I sleep. I don't care if it's an hour or 2. I don't care if it's 6 or 5 hour flight. I'm sleeping. So whatever he's saying here, this is worse than Andrew Tate, by the way. I've never seen this guy here worse than Andrew Tate, buddy.
Doorway, right? With the exit door. I am in a position of tactical advantage. A lot of people will say, well, usually in the rear of the plane, you have an overview of the plane. And I say, no, I need to be as close to a area of protection as possible.
I really wish I could know if these guys are like taking themselves seriously or if they're just saying stuff like this so they can sell a course and sell a lifestyle. Because what the fuck do you mean you're looking for a tactical advantage on a plane? My brother in Christ, if somebody walks onto a plane with a gun or a bomb, I don't think any sort of tactical advantage is gonna do much for you. I mean, like, what do you plan on doing? Mark Wahlberging it? Like, seriously, come on, dude.
When you see men take their shoes off and cover themselves up in a plane, I want to grab that guy by the neck and ask him what would happen if there is an incident or a situation inside that plane, because things go.
Well, I think if there's a situation, you're gonna wake up. Like, come on. I remember one time I was sleeping for 3 hours, okay? For no reason, I woke up. Why did I wake up? Because I wanted to piss. See, just that wakes me up, bro. Like, it's bro. I'll feel a danger that's gonna wake us up. I think that's for every man, not just me, right? Everyone wakes up whenever they feel like they gotta piss or take a crap. So, you sir, you need to go. Go, bro. I don't know who flipping. He needs to get bullied somehow, bro.
Down. It's a sad statement when you realize that in that plane, maybe a handful of guys would step up out of the 150 that are there. And that is a reflection of what we have in our world right now.
Rafa, you know, I get it. I too like to insert myself into fantasy scenarios that I will never, ever in my entire life ever experience and pretend that I would be braver than every other man that could ever exist because I'm just that good of a guy. Like, come on, dude. This is sad. Like, if anything, this has made you sound less like the badass you wanted to and have instead just made it sound like you're the guy we need to be looking for when we board a plane. You just admitted to wanting to grab a guy by his neck because he's getting comfortable on a flight.
This world doesn't need more soft, agreeable men. It needs men who are dangerous.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet
advertisements
Base44,
pisses me off. I'm
a
not
complete
gonna lie.
AI creation platform.
But at the same time, disciplined. Men who can protect and provide, who understand that being a man is not just about how many followers you have or how well you can be a keyboard warrior, or how you can virtue signal online. Listen, it's about building strength physicality, spirituality. It's really about becoming the man your family can rely on when the world collapses around them. It's a man that walks into a room and owns it without saying a word.
That was just 30 seconds of buzzword after buzzword to create a meaningless video. We don't need more soft, agreeable, virtue signaling men. Dude.
Well, look, I'm gonna be honest myself. I don't know why he's hating on this, but he does kind of have a point. A man should provide for his family, provide for his children, have a good lifestyle, a job. Doesn't need to be risky. He was wrong about that part. He did say risky job. He's an idiot. No risky job, just a job, providing for your family, be rich, and that's it. Yeah, and strength. Obviously, as a man, you need to build strength. Go to the gym, or if you're an athlete, play sports. He's not wrong about that, but I don't know why he's hating. But some words is kind of stupid, by the way.
You virtue signal for a living. That's what these videos are. They are literally the definition of virtue signaling. You are just trying to tell everybody how good of a man you are and how correct you are on everything all the time when it comes to anything involving masculinity or what it means to be a man or a father or a husband. Also, the idea that what our world needs to become better is just a bunch of dangerous confrontational men is kind of crazy, dude. Seriously, what's the alpha male obsession with the word dangerous?
Men are getting softer because more men are staying home and being the mom. No wonder we're getting that softness. When men stay home and they take the role of the mother, their testosterone level goes way down. The reality is that we need stronger men in our society, more masculine men that are going to be strong leaders, strong fathers, strong husbands. Yes, we need these men, but they cannot be the nurturers at home. Women need to step up to their rightful place as the nurturers and the peacemakers at home. The women should be the ones raising your children. If we change that, if we make that dynamic shift, you're going to start seeing masculinity skyrocket in our society.
Okay, so just to make a point, I'm going to indulge in the nonsense that these guys are always spewing about how men are getting softer, it's ruining society. The idea that dudes like this, these alpha male TikTokers and influencers, somehow have convinced themselves that they aren't part of that problem is fucking hilarious to me. Brother, you make TikTok videos for a living. You think you're hard? You really think that if we're facing this soft man epidemic that you wouldn't be grouped in there? Dude, we make videos for a living. You basically spend your days gossiping about other dudes and complaining about men. We basically have the same fucking job, and I'll tell you, it's not a hard one. So it's just laughable to me that these guys sit there making TikTok content all day and then turn around and say men taking care of their children all day long are just pussies. They should be doing real hard work like uploading to TikTok 4 times a day. It's like, shut the fuck up. A single stay-at-home parent is providing 10 times the value to the world that 100 fucking alpha male TikTokers ever could. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Like I said, I can't take dudes like this seriously, and it's even harder to take them seriously not knowing how they take themselves seriously. Part of me really wants to think that this is a joke, and they're aware of how it looks, they're aware of what they're doing, but they're just playing into it because it makes them money. Because surely nobody really believes this shit. Surely nobody operates day to day like this. It just seems unbelievable. However, I say that, and like I said, this kind of shit ran the internet for 2 years, so I guess people really do buy into it. But surely at this point you've got to realize that time has kind of passed. If you didn't cash in on doing this and
Well, I swear to God, I want to know who were those people who bought this. I want to know who actually believed in this shit, bro.
2021, 2022, it's time to cut your losses. So that'll probably be viewed as too weak though, so I'm sure these guys will stick around for far longer than anybody wants them to. Yippee. See ya.
Yep, guys, please just let me get this closer, the webcam. 1 minute. Please, guys, make sure to like and subscribe, turn on those post notifications, you don't miss another upload. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. See you guys on the next one. Peace out.